It's completely falling apart for them, my friends. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. We got so many things to get into in this video. We have, of course, Marvel. The actors of Marvel coming out, trying to somehow salvage this whole thing, trying to find a sort of slogan for her to kind of turn this around. Check this out.
Iron Man 2, everybody loved it.
Okay, again, I think we're just trying to get out the vote.
Kamala forever. That's better.
Okay, how about I'm down with democracy? It's just clean, it's simple.
Okay, I like that.
It's hard to argue with that.
Kamala Harris down with democracy.
Oh, yeah. I'm Kamala Harris, and I say down with democracy.
Oh my goodness. They totally messed that up. It sounds like they're saying, let's get rid of it. The way they said down with democracy, right? At first it sounded good the way the first guy said it, but then they were just completely messing it up after that. And it almost sounded like they were saying the opposite of what they meant. And we're seeing the outlets somehow try to salvage this for her. We have MSNBC here essentially getting all emotional and upset over this whole thing with garbage where, you know, our current prez called half, of course, the country that. Check this out.
Biden, which he quickly corrected, is so laughable because this guy does this every day. And then you turn on Fox News and say, oh, how could anybody do this? I've never seen this before from a president. Despite.
Well, yeah, of course, it's never happened before. We've never had a prez call half the country, of course, garbage. It's not exactly a normal thing to do, especially right before, you know, deciding who the next prez is going to be. You don't do that. Giving you guys a little bit of an update on kind of how things have been going. We're seeing turnout is very much down in Oregon this year compared to others for early, of course, voting. But it's interesting looking at all of this. In Oregon, the, of course, right is 5% ahead as well for turnout. So we're not seeing a lot of enthusiasm on her side in that state, which could be what will cost her, of course, in the end. Also, looking at all the polls you've seen around you, I'm sure you've seen numerous polls showing it almost dead even. But in reality, looking at polls versus actual results last time, you'll notice that they highly overestimated how well Joe would do. And it was actually much lower on the actual results, as you can see on the right compared to the left. And comparing her to Joe, he was way ahead of her back 4 years ago. So I'm guessing it's going to look even a lot better when we see the final results. And my question is, I'm thinking, you know, I'm putting my money on him winning. By how much, I don't know. But I think it's going to be very decisive. Of course, they keep focusing on the Puerto Rico thing, but that's much smaller compared to what he did. At any rate, of course, what else is going down around us? I mean, we're down with democracy. Or did they actually mean it the way they're saying it? Because clearly everything else is going down as well. Why are America's restaurant chains going bankrupt? We had, of course, Applebee's and TGI Fridays both nearing or already filing for bankruptcy, according to a number of articles that have come out. And those are the latest ones in the last couple of days. We have, of course, tons of other ones. Red Lobster, Denny's, Tijuana Flats. It's just like a ton of them. It's just getting ridiculous at this point. Clearly, the economy is down. And we're seeing also the labor market is down as well. Isn't this kind of weird? Everything's down. I guess they do want to make everything down. U.S. labor market staggers after blow from hurricanes and strikes. Of course, you got to blame something else for why it's happening. Then we have Volkswagen. This just came out. This is the latest one overnight. Every time overnight, there's a new one. And I don't know why this page doesn't load right. Okay, here we go. Oh, there it goes. Volkswagen. Labor chief sounds alarm on mass layoffs and 3 German plant closures. maybe I didn't see this yesterday. Apparently it happened on the 28th. They're all happening at once. I don't know. I didn't see this one. But we have Volkswagen closing a ton of locations. Auto giant forced to shut down Detroit factory. This was today. This marks yet another step in recent moves to counter the company's financial challenges, referring to Stellantis, formerly Chrysler, shutting down production all in time, just in time before we choose who's going to be the next. Of course, Prez, we have all these companies shutting down left and right. General Motors wheel company going out of business. No one's buying cars. That might be why they're shutting down their facilities for at least the time being. While, of course, she is also having her own issues at her conventions where people in the crowd are protesting, apparently, and don't like certain things. Let's check this out here.
You know what? Let me say something about this. We're here because we're fighting for a democracy. Fighting for a democracy.
Yes, we're down with it. 100%. Of course, those people outside all chanting and blowing horns and stuff like that, apparently trying to disrupt her latest speech. But like I said, we're going to get into a ton of stuff in this video. We got some rather curious things to talk about. Some things that were said on Joe Rogan. We got what's coming up with taxes. Oh, you're going to love this. And actually a ton of other things. But first, so I got to mention food supply. Actually, we also have some interesting developments with potential world WAR. We'll get into that as well. But first, though, I got to mention food supply, 25-year shelf life. Link is in the description. 3 months worth for $6.97. It comes with all manner of items, as you can see here on this picture. These are dried items with the 25-year shelf life. This is in case you can't get to the supermarket for some unbeknownst reason. As you can see around us, anything could happen at any moment with the wonderful world we live in these days. I'd recommend getting this if you haven't already. Link is in the description. They have other options available as well. Also, of course, this book here, The Lost Ways, how your great-great-grandfather lived without electricity, how to build a cellar, do things around the house like they did in the good old days, hundreds of pages illustrated. You're going to definitely want to have that book. Before something happens, get the printed version. It's $37 plus shipping. Link is in the description. And, of course, my website. I'm got some new updates on there. Go check it out. And actually, I'm going to be changing it. And also, I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon here because I just hit 200,000 subscribers on my business channel, Sale Daddy 1. And I'm going to do a giveaway once again very soon here. Giveaway, I'll probably do gold and silver. Probably a good thing to have right about now. I'll probably also give away that food supply as well. So I'll do food supply, gold, silver. Maybe I'll throw a laptop in there. I don't know. I'm going to throw in a bunch of stuff. All right. I'm going to throw in some stuff. Definitely going to give away some really awesome stuff in the next giveaway, which will be very soon here. I guess it will be sort of a Christmas giveaway. It's very soon. So anyway, go check the links below for all my social media. Let's get back to the video. So, of course, there's this rather curious clip that's going around. People are saying, and I can't, say for sure if it is what people are saying it is. It could be just the camera angle, the lights. I don't know. It looks like you're seeing the white of this guy's eyes. It looks like he has a weird grin on his face. I mean, it could be nothing. We don't know for sure. But a lot of people are saying this is something. This is really showing evil in the crowd. I mean, it could be. I don't know. I mean, I don't know for sure. I don't want to be like just calling things that are not really there. You know what I mean? And of course, there's some other guy behind her too. Apparently his eyes go white too, and he has a little grin. I don't know, man. Maybe he's looking to the right or left or something, and it just shows white because of the way the light shines on it. I don't know. I can't know for sure if this is literally his eyes going to the back of his head or something, because it's not focused. It's blurry, right? But it could be. It does look strange. But a lot of people are talking about that, so I thought I'd throw that in there. Maybe there's something going on there. Of course, this isn't Joe Rogan looking at that, but he was talking to Vance about something about these gangs, these Venezuelan, of course, gangs, and how they've been trying to downplay it, say it's a nothing burger, when in reality we're talking. I mean, the city that they were talking about particularly is about the size of my city. And they were talking about there being several apartment complexes in that city being taken, of course, over. Aurora, right? And the fact is, that's a lot. I mean, there's only like, I don't even know how many apartment complexes are in my city, but it's not that many. I mean, maybe there's a lot more than I'm thinking. I'm thinking like, there's like 10 major ones and maybe there's a bunch of little ones. Maybe there's like 100 total or 50 or whatever it is. I don't know how many apartment complexes are in my place, but it isn't that many. I mean, there's only like 10 major ones, right? So I'm sure Aurora only has like maybe 10 major apartment complexes. Maybe it has like 30 sort of known apartment complexes, maybe, or something. There might be maximum 100, maybe 50. I don't know. But if even 8 of them or 10 of them are taken over, that's a lot. That's not like nothing. Okay, that's a significant percentage. And also it's happening in numerous other cities now. Apparently it's in Texas and several other states. They're going everywhere. The same exact gang. So this is not some little nothing burger thing. As Joe Rogan could clearly see, you can see it on his face. He obviously thinks it's much bigger than they're playing it out to be. And of course, one of her former aides said that Joe Rogan really needs her to come on, not obviously she doesn't need him, which is clearly not the case. I mean, at this point, it's pretty obvious that she needs him. She should go on Joe Rogan just to play it out. I mean, roll the dice. You know, it's probably going to work out in her favor, I'm guessing, even if she doesn't do the best job. That's just my thoughts on it. Of course, you have a lot of people out there, a lot of rich people, a lot of actors trying to help out. Her, of course, campaign, you have George Clooney narrates her latest ad aimed at the working class men. You got to get those guys in there. And I just saw a video from Shoe on Head about this. And it's like you have all these comments of like, man, just join. What's wrong with you? And it's dunking on, trashing men, calling them garbage. Why won't you join her side, garbage? You know what I mean? It's like, why would I join you? You're calling me garbage. You say I'm worthless. I mean, look at all the commercials on TV. The father and the family is dunked on nonstop. Men are just dunked on. We're just useful idiots sitting around. We just make mistakes all the time. Here's some of the comments from her own video. If she loses, which is very possible, there needs to be a real discussion about how to reach young men. There are very few straight men under 40. It's just kind of funny because it's obviously inauthentic. Of course, then there's people commenting in response, hi, man here. Maybe they just not need to stop being absolute pieces of blank. It seems like the easiest thing to do. It's like they're just dunking on it. Just join. What's wrong with you? Tell them to get therapy. Tell them whatever you told or gave to the women in the 1950s. They made this bed. Let them sleep alone in it. Be better, men. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that they're saying. They just want you to be better. Join us, right? I mean, what? What are you talking about? Of course not. And of course, well, they do have Billy Boy, the computer guy Gates over here. He joined them. $50 million given to her campaign. Of course, he tried to hide it in a 501c4. Didn't work out too well. Everybody figured it out. But the fact of the matter is, if she gets in, I'm assuming the same economic path for the last 3.5 years. If that's the case, because of inflation, they're going to have to raise taxes another 10% just to stabilize debt to GDP ratios. Sounds great, right? Not really. I don't want to pay more taxes. Everyone's broke already. They're going to be super broke at that point. And of course, what did 45 say? He had a much better idea. He said, did you just float the idea of getting rid of income taxes and replacing it with tariffs? Were you serious about that? Sure, why not? So, of course, he's actually about lowering taxes using tariffs to offset it. That sounds like a good idea. Less taxes. And, of course, when they start drilling, he talked about drilling for oil as well. They could set up petro oil contracts that will stabilize the dollar, which will also stabilize our economy. Having tariffs in place will also diminish these WARs going on everywhere. While he was in, he had Iran broke. They couldn't have a war. And of course, what are they doing now? Because they have money again. So this is obviously a no-brainer when it comes to the economy. All right. Of course, Although some on the other side are like, uh-oh, we need to get rid of some of these people talking about this stuff, of course, on YouTube. We don't like losing, so we need to get rid of our competition. And they just say that you're saying falsehoods and bad things and wrong things. This is incorrect. Of course, information, you shouldn't be allowed to talk. Yeah, okay, dude. And what do you do? I mean, they've put out numerous articles that were completely wrong. I would actually show some. Shapiro showed a numerous of them on Twitter. I don't have them in front of me, but trust me, they put out a lot of stuff that was not true in the past. And have been called out for it numerous times over the last few years. But we have, of course, the fact is, a number of these guys on, of course, the right that are here on, YouTube, they got caught up in this huge thing with Tenet back some months ago, which is really strange. And it really makes you wonder what's going on with some of these people here on YouTube. I'm not really affiliated with a lot of these people. I've seen their videos. I watch some of their content. There's some good stuff. Benny puts out some good stuff, but it is kind of weird looking at some of the stuff going on. You had Tim, of course, Poole taking in money from them. And now he started talking about, stopping his live streams. And then now apparently he's, I think, joining with Shapiro. I think he's going to let him run his company or something. But it just seems really strange how the whole thing's going, right? At any rate, you get the idea. It makes you wonder what's really going on here. Why is it these people got caught up into this? It seems like they fell for something so simple. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But we have so many other things to talk about as well. They're over in Britain, apparently. They're trying to build solar farms. I think they're trying to basically make these new smart cities. And they're starting to try to bring that to pass now, which of course means you will be sort of locked into that city because you won't be able to easily move around or traverse because they're going to have zones. And of course, it's going to be difficult to own a car in the future if everything's very expensive. That's why we need to get 45 in, because he's going the opposite direction of these companies like BlackRock. Exact opposite direction. That's why they don't like him. And of course, they're even talking about in South Africa research for genome, of course, editing, literally wanting to change, of course, people at this point. That's the kind of stuff going on. And on top of that, you have some really bizarre stuff going on with Fortnite. Faces backlash over new feature allowing players to sell, of course, their soul to revive teammates. What is this crazy stuff going on? Are you serious? This is bizarre. I mean, if anything, it makes you really think there is obviously a devil. Look at all the crazy stuff going on around us. It doesn't even make any sense other than him existing. Duh. I mean, it's like literally right there in front of you. You just got to look and see it. I mean, they're trying to make you sell, of course, your soul on a game now. What in the world? That's insane. At any rate, so you got all this crazy stuff going on. I think this minister here put it quite succinctly. Check this out.
Why is it that the Democrat Party, the donkey party, loves to position minorities in a place where they lord over us and keep us subservient to their system? The only system that...
Sounds about right, don't it? Preach on, brother. This guy definitely knows what he's talking about. Clearly, that is what's going on here, my friends. They want us to just shut up and join them. And I'm not going to. I don't know about you, but I'm not really interested in doing that. You even have some on their side changing themselves. You have Anna Kasparian here driving Cenk Uygur crazy by saying that 45 is not, of course, a fascist, and he just couldn't handle it, my friends. He just freaked out. It's pretty crazy. At any rate, that's my video. I kind of wonder what some of you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.